Big night in the nation's capital where the primary elections finally wrapped up. Presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton closed the calendar on a high note, snagging a big victory in Washington, D.C. The win earns her 38 more delegates, bringing her total of pledged and superdelegates to 2,800 compared to Senator Bernie Sanders' 1,881. But the big story, the two opponents meeting face-to-face last night to talk about the future of the Democratic Party. After the meeting, Senator Sanders issued this statement. Sanders congratulated Secretary Clinton on the campaign she has run and said he appreciated her strong commitment to stopping Trump in the general election. The two discussed a variety of issues where they are seeking common ground, substantially raising the minimum wage, real campaign finance reform, making universal health care universal and accessible, making college affordable, and reducing student debt. Sanders and Clinton agreed to continue working to develop a progressive agenda that addresses the needs of working families and the middle class and adopting a progressive platform for the Democratic National Convention. Secretary Clinton's camp issued a very similar statement. Last night's meeting will help set the tone for the Democratic National Convention, which kicks off July 25th in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, the Republicans will begin theirs July 18th in Cleveland. Folks, real quick, bottom line is finally the long American nightmare is over.
Yeah, she's not going to adopt a progressive platform. She's going to run to the center. Particularly on foreign policy. So the idea that she's going to do something different than what she's been doing is ridiculous.
Bernie's got to come out and give her a full-throated endorsement like she did for Barack back in 2008, in that hot summer day right here in Washington, D.C. Or otherwise, the Democrats could be in trouble.
Alan?
Yeah, well, what she didn't enjoy last time was the endorsement of the president. The president's come out a little stronger this time, obviously, in favor of Hillary Clinton. The issue now does go to this idea of her going to the center. Who does she pick as her vice presidential candidate, and who does Donald Trump pick as his? You've seen the polls starting to separate the two of them now as Americans start to see that, well, she is the candidate, he is the candidate, and in a very, very fractured, dangerous tinderbox of a world, when you think about who you want as president, it's starting to favor her over Donald Trump.
Real quick, Ralph and Rich, can she afford to run to the center right, or will he force her to stay center left?
I think he'll try to keep her center. Well, not even center left. I don't think Bernie will be successful. Remember that Clinton and Obama made a deal prior, just about now, 8 years ago. She ended up as Secretary of State. I'm not saying that was the deal, but it certainly did. One did follow the other.
All right, then, Ralph, real quick.
And I'd say the nightmare is just beginning because both major party candidates are fundamentally flawed. So the nightmare for the American public has just started.
Yeah, but you got Freddy Krueger on your side. All right, folks, someone wants to know more about Donald Trump and his political campaign. Russian government hackers have reportedly broken into the Democratic National Committee's network to check out the research they've gathered on the presumed GOP nominee. U.S. officials say the Russian cyber spies had access to the DNC system for about a year. Y'all might want to hire some new IT people.
Or put it in Hillary's server at her house.
I'm just saying, during that time, they were able to read emails and chat traffic. A security upgrade over the weekend has since removed them. Clinton calls the intrusion troubling, while the Trump campaign has not yet commented. A Russian embassy spokesman says he has no knowledge of the alleged hack. They always say that. Folks, yesterday I spoke with actress Aunjanue Ellis and rapper Genesis about Take It Down America. That is the campaign to bring awareness to the Confederate battle emblem that is still being displayed on the Mississippi state flag. Protesters, celebrities, and civil rights leaders held a rally in Capitol Hill on Tuesday, which was also Flag Day, to demand the emblem be removed. Here's what happened.
If anyone ever tells you that this is about heritage, ask them, what heritage are you talking about? Is it Emmett Till? Is it Medgar Evers? Is it those 3 civil rights workers? Is it slavery? Is it rape? Is it lynching? Is it kidnap? Is it Jim Crow? Is it racial hatred? No, it's all of the above.
That's right.
And that's why we're so pleased that you've come here today on Flag Day to say, let's take it down.
It has no place of honor. It has no place of designation other than from a historical purpose. It is not a part of who we are as a country. And so flying it is more about disrespect than respect.
The Confederate flag means nothing but me being enslaved.
So if I walk in school and I'm walking up the Confederate flag every day, what does that tell me?
It's time for us to show up and show out. It's time. It's that moment, and I feel that the focus of the Mississippi state flag is there's no better launching pad for our discussion about race and bigotry in America.
38% of the residents in Mississippi are African American, and they say, sorry, that ain't my flag. Folks, today marks day 5 of the trial of one of the 6 Baltimore cops charged with second-degree murder in the death of Freddie Gray. Prosecutors say Caesar Goodson Jr. intentionally gave Gray a rough ride as he drove the vehicle transporting Gray in April of 2015. They say the ride eventually led to Gray's fatal injuries. One of the accused officers, William Porter, testified Goodson asked for help after stopping the van for the 4th time. Porter says he found Gray shackled, lying on his stomach on the van's floor. Porter helped Gray back onto the bench, but did not secure him with the seatbelt. The officers did not request any medical assistance. Gray died a week later from his injuries of a severed spine. Porter was the first to go on trial in December, but that trial ended in a mistrial. His retrial is scheduled for September. Last month, Officer Edwin Nero was acquitted on all charges. All right, folks, coming up next on News One Now, we'll talk about what's going on. How is O.J. Simpson the face of race in America? Am I the only one tired of all these O.J. documentaries and movies? We'll talk about it with our panel. Also, President Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, and Kerry Washington are under one roof at the United States of Women Summit. We'll talk about that as well. All of that right here. News One Now on TV One.